What's up everybody? I'm Random Girl and today we're trying something a little bit different. So in this week's episode, I thought what would happen if the Ice King from Adventure Time met Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So you can follow along with me and find out what I think might happen if the Ice King and Bumble's paths ever crossed. Let's get drawing! If you haven't seen the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you totally have to see it. It's definitely one of my favorites. I watch it every Christmas. It's amazing. So Bumble's gonna be the character in the background. He's also the biggest character, so he's the one that I'm gonna shape out first to make sure I have room for everyone in the picture. Very round type head. And then he's got his shoulders. He's a big ape-like creature. When I think Bumble, who's this naturally inquisitive, actually really nice monster, comes across the Ice King, he's just gonna wanna play. He's just gonna see these little dolls. He's gonna be holding the Ice King here, and gonna be holding someone else. Surprise! Big fans should know who this person is, but he's gonna be holding the other person here. All I'm doing right now is figuring out the general shape where everything's gonna go in my picture. His shoulder and arm just looks really weird, so I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. So this is the time in your drawing when you really get to mess around with the poses, making sure everything fits on the paper, as we saw with the smog one that I did earlier. Just making sure that everything looks right before you go in and add all these details and then realize like, oh no, I made his head too big or I made his arm too small. Trust me from experience, I know. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the details. I have Bumble here, and then I have the Ice King, and then a special little character here. He's gonna be hugging and rocking them like a little baby. It's gonna be so cute. Bumble has a cute little face. He's got a little pudgy nose here, and pretty much his eyes and his fingers are the only things not covered in fur. So his little faceplate here, this is where his nose is, so I'm drawing like a kidney bean. This is gonna be his nose. We're gonna draw two small little circles for that. And we're gonna do two big expressive eyes. So we're gonna draw a big smile on Bumble because he just found his new toys and he's really excited to be playing with him. Very elongated jelly bean, but it still has those curves to it. And then we're gonna go ahead and draw teeth. So one larger point are your canines, the longer teeth here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do one longer canine here, and then we're gonna map out the other canine, which is gonna be about the same distance from his face. So like about from here to here, around there. And then we're gonna fill up little tiny teeth in between. Basically we have four pointy teeth, two in the top, two in the bottom. So this guy is also going to have four sets of pointy teeth. So again, we're gonna do them a little bit so they fit right in this next tooth section right here. And then we're gonna draw every tooth. Like if he clenched his teeth, it would fit perfectly in the top part. So if you see a point, you draw a point. You see a point, draw a point. And then we're just gonna fill up his teeth all the way back here with little tiny mountains. And then we're gonna draw a bottom lip. We're not gonna draw a top lip for Bumble because his top lip is actually covered by hair. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna lightly erase this top line so I can still see it underneath, and then start just drawing little hair spikes. You can draw as many or as few hair spikes as you want. Not too cartoon-like, but it's not too realistic. So you can go anywhere between. So you can draw huge hairy bits or lots of little individual hairs. Like you can draw the individual hairs individually if you like. Since he's older and he's raising his eyebrows, he doesn't actually have eyebrows. So I'm gonna draw those lines so you can tell that he's opening his eyes like, oh my God, I found toys. So that is his expression. And then because he's got messy, messy hair, I'm going to draw big, hairy hair spikes all over his head. I'm going to erase the general headline that I did, along with any lines that are underneath the hair. I'm just gonna redo because I erased a little bit of the hair, which I didn't want to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and redo that. When drawing hair, make sure that each hair part has curve to it. You don't want to just draw straight, jaggedy lines because hair is very flowy, it's very curved. It's not like, unless you're drawing a Dragon Ball Z character where the hair is just like poof, really spiky and straight. I filled in his eyes and I fixed up the outlines a little bit so you can see it a little better. And I filled in between his teeth so it's like dark and scary in there. You don't want him to bite you because you don't know what's in that mouth. Now let's draw the Ice King. The Ice King has a pretty simple design, but he can be a little difficult to start. How I'm gonna start it is with his face and his beard, and then I'm gonna fill in the rest behind him. You wanna start with this slightly curved line, and then you wanna give 4 points. So 1, 2, and this is a long, because this is his nose, so this is a long curved line all the way to a sharp point, and then it curves back up, and then 2 more points. So then 1, 2, and then curved back up. And then his beard, his beard is, I'm just gonna shape it out. Very large, very fluffy. You wanna give the same starting curve that's on the side of his face, and then you wanna bring it out and really large and proud, like so. So then his beard has tufts to it, and a lot of the tufts are in 3s. So say it comes out here, and then at this point it has 3 tufts. 1, 2, and then 3. And then it comes back out, and down here we'll do 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do one up here. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll just do one more right there because I feel like it. And then he has a crown. So the crown has a curved bottom, and then has 3 tall points. So 1, and then the middle point's the tallest. 2, 3. Actually, I think these points are a little taller, so I'm gonna bring them down just a little bit more. 2, 3. So we're gonna draw a 6-sided gem. That is a pretty uneven gem, but you get the idea. And then another 6-sided gem inside. A smaller one, same size, same shape, inside the first gem. And then we're gonna connect all these lines. And then these 2 gems are diamonds. So you wanna draw a square on its side, or diamond, and then draw another smaller diamond inside, and then connect all those lines. And you wanna do the same thing over here. Draw a diamond. I'm gonna actually go ahead and erase this line first. So draw a diamond, draw a smaller diamond, and connect, like so. And then for his face, he has tiny little eyes, like so, and eyebrows. He's gonna be a little worried in my picture because he doesn't know what this Bumble is doing. It's like, why are you picking me up? I don't know what's happening here. Doing your eyebrows in a curved downward motion make a worried or troublesome look, especially when you pair it with a mouth that is also curved downward. It'll definitely look worried or troublesome. So if you draw, again, a jelly bean type shape, but underneath his nose, so you don't want to fill in the lines here. And then he's got actually really sharp teeth too. These guys are a lot alike, I have to say, with the gorgeous lots of hair and the teeth and the eyes. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm gonna draw one arm coming up like so, curved here. And just following along the same arm because Adventure Time characters have very tube-like arms. And then his 3 pointed hands. 1, 2, 3. Ice King has 3 fingers and a thumb. And then one more arm, like so. And then 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be the back of his head. So I want you to go ahead and erase this part. Give him a little bit more depth there. Okay, and then the rest of his body is going to come down here, out of sight. Okay, so that's Ice King. We've now drawn Bumble's face and Ice King's face, and now we're moving on to the Fung character. He's a cute little baby penguin, Gunter. Everybody loves Gunter. So to draw Gunter, you want to start with a gumdrop shape, and then you want to go ahead and draw 2 circles of the same size and shape on the inside for his eyes. And then you want to draw like an ice cream cone shape where you draw half of a triangle, and then at the top of the triangle you draw a semicircle, like an ice cream cone. And we're going to draw a line from here to almost at the end, not quite touching. So that's his mouth. And then his eyes are a lot like Jake's eyes, where they only have half of this highlight. So you want to start from the top of your circle and follow it around to the very bottom of your circle with the same shape and fill it in. So from the top of our circle, follow it around, giving a little distance from the edge and to the bottom of our circle. And then fill it in, like so. And then his arms are just little triangle. Instead of sharp at the end though, they're a little bit rounded. So they're just 2 triangles with a rounded cone at the bottom. And then you want to take from the top of his head, you want to follow this curve around, and you want to meet up with, actually his arm is too high up. Gotta fix that. So, and then you should meet up with his other arm down here. And this is the black part of Gunter. And then it'll continue down there. And then same thing with this side. You want to continue because his fins are black and they line up with the black of his back. So we're going to move his arm down like so. This is going to be Bumble's arm, and it's going to cover up the rest of Gunter's body, so you're actually not going to see that part. So I'm going to go ahead and make Bumble's arms more hairy looking using the same points that we used before. Curved, maybe we'll do 2 here, little one, maybe a bigger one. So you just want to keep it pretty random in size and shape. Just make sure that they're curved. And then I'm going to go ahead and erase our guidelines that we had before and the rest of Gunter's body, because you're not going to see that because he's holding him. And then I'm going to fill in the Ice King's mouth the same way I did Bumble's mouth. So that's pretty much it, guys. We have Bumble meeting Ice King and Gunter. Send me what you think the Ice King is saying right now. I want you to post in the comments. Let me know what you think he says. Vote for your favorites or reply, and I will pick one and I will write it in and post it on Facebook and Instagram. That was a little idea I wanted to throw together because a lot of people suggested I draw Ice King, so I drew it in my own funny little way since, you know, the holiday season just passed, winter, it's freezing in New York. Oh my gosh, it's really cold. Be sure to subscribe to watch next week's video and let me know what you think of this one. Also leave me a like, favorite, comment, you know, all that stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye guys!